disaster. I don't know how they got Trump and the DOJ to do this, because the public is not buying it. No one is buying it. So I never saw any evidence of Trump involved in any of the stuff that came out. It was all fake. The fake Jane Does, all the crap, you know, E. Jean Carroll, the crazy leftist cat lady, all of it. So now, by coming in and being part of the cover-up, the Trump administration has become part of it. I mean, it's just, you cannot see it any other way. So I just got to the office. I'm going to go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically going to puke probably right now. My mouth is watering right now.
Alex still doesn't get it. I think it's processing in his mind under Windows XP, so give him a minute until he finds out the truth. Is all the good stuff Trump is doing in the room with us right now?
No!
Trump got paid out or is using the files as blackmail. Only two valid options.
Well, duh.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy?
I don't know, Donnie. Why are we talking about this? I don't know. If I was president and I was accused of being on some horrendous list, rubbing shoulders with one of the most prolific child sex traffickers of all time, and I was in possession of something that would exonerate me, I would release it pretty much fucking yesterday, wouldn't I? But instead, you're going to go with the fact that the top law enforcement officer in the United States, that she had this list on her desk a couple of months ago, and now suddenly there is no list? Jeffrey Epstein spent 36 days in jail and killed himself for no reason? Ghislaine Maxwell is spending 20 years in prison for just vibes? What the fuck? Of course we're talking about this, especially because you're on this list, Donnie. All you MAGA faithful, by the way, pulling your hair out, thinking that everything is a government cover-up and a conspiracy, you're watching in real time a government cover-up conspiracy. You're welcome.
Alex Jones broke down in tears and damn near threw up when he admitted he's upset at the Trump regime's handling of the Epstein client list. But let's just jump into some clips.
So now, by coming in and being part of the cover-up, the Trump administration has become part of it.
This is a perfect example of why you can't rely on conspiracy theorists to push your preferred narrative against the people in power when you might be in power again one day. They aren't going to turn around and suddenly change their tune just because leadership changed. But let's continue.
I just got to the office. I'm going to go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically going to puke probably right now. My mouth is watering.
Truth be told, I can sympathize with him on this. I had a family member who would get so mad that he would cause himself to throw up. It was my son, and he was 6 at the time, so that should tell you all about Alex Jones's mentality and overall maturity level in this situation. But he still didn't even stop there.
It's because I have integrity. And, I just really need the Trump administration to succeed and to save this country, and they're doing so much good. And then for them to do something like this tears my guts out.
Integrity, really? Do you think the families of the Sandy Hook victims you defamed think you have much integrity? I would think not. But do you know why it tears your guts up? Do you know why you need Trump's regime to succeed so badly? It's because you're in a cult, brother. Your ignorance has been weaponized against you and everyone else that has the displeasure of hearing you. Maybe this will wake you up, or maybe the supplements have eroded your brain too much for that to be a possibility anymore.
Nothing will wake the cult up. Looks like it. At this point, even if it was shown in their face, they would still not believe it. Is this it? Is this what breaks the spell? I'm not getting my hopes up, but I definitely seeing big names speaking out. The administration is a joke, nothing but liars. This is hilarious. I love it when maggots have their sense of integrity destroyed.
So Trump supporters, or I should say former Trump supporters, all across the internet are burning their MAGA hats in response to the recent debacle with the Epstein files. Basically saying they voted for Trump to drain the swamp, but he became the swamp. If you don't know, the head of Trump's Department of Justice, Pam Bondi, literally said that she had the Epstein files on her desk. And now the DOJ and FBI are trying to tell us that the Epstein files don't exist. And what they gave us instead was a likely manipulated video of the outside of a prison cell that didn't even belong to Jeffrey Epstein, and the video had a full minute missing. After Trump's FBI director, Kash Patel, went on Joe Rogan and said that nobody will believe the video if even 4 seconds are missing. Saying, hey man, this isn't what I voted for. But to that, I have to say, did you really expect the guy who was friends with Epstein to drain the swamp and reveal all of its secrets? Some multimillionaire capitalist is not going to save the American working class.
Now, some people are immediately suggesting, oh, Trump must be on the Epstein list. Well, wait a second. If President Trump was on the Epstein list and there was something compromising in it, why didn't Joe Biden release that when he was president for the 4 years when...
Yeah, cool story, No Lip. So, what I want to say is, like, yeah, we already know that Trump is on the Epstein list. Why didn't Biden release it? Yeah, because we already know Biden is also on the Epstein list. We don't care that Trump is on the Epstein list. We don't care that Biden is on the Epstein list. What we care about is who else is on that list.
Hey, baby.
But Jesus Christ, what the fuck is up with that dude's upper lip or lack of?
Exactly. Both parties are all over it. That's why it's not being released. Ooh, this is a messy situation right there. Biden isn't on the list, but big money donors to both sides certainly are. At this point, it's already looking messy. Regardless, people still want to know exactly who's on the list. Honestly, I was expecting them to release a list with names that conveniently hate Trump. Just getting rid of the list completely is kind of odd.
Well, no fucking shit. No client list? No blackmail list? No nothing! You trying to tell me you got nothing? Listen, I wrote this tweet as soon as he passed away. I said if Jit gone, so is the list. Yeah, you trying to convince me he offed himself? The list is off too. I've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all wasn't trying to hear me. For the past 6 years, they've been telling y'all, we got the list. We got the list. It's right on our desk. It's tangible. We just redacting and reviewing. Then all of a sudden, one day they wake up and tell you, there is no list. There's no evidence of a list. We don't know what you're talking about. So I would like to play a game called Do You Remember? Because I do. In February of this year, the Attorney General herself, Pamela Bondi, said, hey, this is phase 1 of releasing the Epstein files. Then when the general public got a hold of these files, they said, wait a minute. These are files that we already seen. We already seen this stuff. This is old stuff. You ain't released nothing new. And Pamela said, wait a minute, guys. This is just phase 1. We got a bunch of other phases. Don't worry, I got all the files in the White House. We're going to release them in phases. Y'all don't remember they were dancing in front of the White House with them big old folders that said phase 1 on them? Y'all don't remember? Because I do. In March of this year, Attorney General Pamela Bondi and the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, said, hey, don't worry, guys, we got it. We're just redacting and reviewing stuff. That means it was tangible. That means it was in their hands and they were redacting and reviewing. You can't redact and review something that does not exist, right? Y'all don't remember that? Because I do. Then in April, a reporter asked Trump to his face in the Oval Office, what's going on with those Epstein files, buddy? You said you wanted to release them. Where they at? Trump said, I don't know. We got to ask the Attorney General. What don't you know? You're the President of the United States. What do you mean you want to ask the Attorney General, Pamela Bondi? She don't know anything. We've been asking her. She's been stuck on phase 1 for months. You need to figure this out. Y'all don't remember that? Because I do. Then in June, during a lover's quarrel between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, Elon Musk got on Twitter to tell the world Donald Trump ain't gonna release those Epstein files. Why? Because he's in those Epstein files. Funny enough, on July 7th, yesterday, the DOJ announced, ain't no files. Ain't nothing else to be released. Y'all don't remember that? Because I do. They lured you in with the promise of the release of those files, and then they told you there's no evidence of those files even existing. And sometimes the absence of evidence is all the evidence I need to know that there's something else going on here. And while we would all love to know what really happened on that island, it seems like we're all entertained by the love that's happening on another island. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day. You know I love you and I'll see you tomorrow.
They must think we boo-boo the fool or something. When they redacted every name on the list became non-existent. At the end of the day, I don't know if we're ever going to get any information about this list. Tomorrow, there was no island. After tomorrow, Jeffrey who? They're slowly going to phase out everything that existed about him. You'll probably even Google him on the internet and you might not even see his search come up.
It appears Donald Trump is visibly nervous about Jeffrey Epstein
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems.
In a press conference, a reporter just asked Attorney General Pam Bondi why there was a full minute missing from the video release of Jeffrey Epstein, and Trump, visibly agitated, visibly nervous, lashed out at her, saying that why are we still talking about this creep? Why are we still doing this? Meanwhile, he's been talking about Obama for a decade. He's still talking about President Biden. So you're the last person to say, why are we still talking about someone? And we're talking about it because there all of a sudden is no Jeffrey Epstein client list, even though Elon Musk said there was a client list and you were on it, Trump, but also JD Vance and others within your cabinet and within your immediate circle admitted that there was actually a list. So now there's no list. You're nervous about it. We know factually from photo evidence that you were friends with this man, that you have visited his island, but now all of a sudden you want us to stop talking about someone. It's pretty rich coming from the president that he's saying we have things like the Texas disaster happening and all these things happening, but we're talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Is this you? Is this you golfing and eating ice cream the day after one of the deadliest floods happened in the state of Texas, while the Texas governor was in Greece having a grand old time on his Euro vacay hashtag?
Jeez.
This is you, right? So how dare you say that we have greater things to worry about than talking about Jeffrey Epstein, which is probably crimes you committed.
His response was so sassy, he was pressed. Epstein is a creep now? That was his best friend. Birds of a feather flock together. They're both creeps at best. Oh my God. I swear the comment section just be killing me.
Despite all the shit they were talking, Donald Trump's DOJ says, just kidding, there is no Jeffrey Epstein client list. Doesn't exist. Didn't happen. Don't know why Ghislaine Maxwell's doing 20 years in prison, but apparently she only facilitated him, maybe? I guess that's the gist. I mean, that's cool. I'm just also curious then, what was this? Remember this? They had a bunch of right-wing shit talkers show up at the White House and they walked out on the lawn with their little fucking Epstein folders. They were all so proud, and then none of them really did make posts that had any kind of significant information in them. Remember? Unfleshed turds like Kaya Rychek of Libs of TikTok with her weird part, sitting there holding up her folder, all happy and shit. I like that someone edited this one to be more accurate. But yeah, this was nothing apparently. This is all just, I don't know, like a staged event, a prank, if you will. But I'll go one further. If there was nothing, can someone explain to me why back in February, Pam Bondi said this?
DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
I don't understand, Pamela. In February, you said there was a list. It was sitting on your desk. What happened? Again, this is a question I also ask. It means that one of three things happened. She lied then. She's lying now. Someone made it disappear. Those are the three options involved. Really doesn't have any other possibility outside of those three things. And none of them are good.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Instant.
Yeah.
Would you,
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Hesitates.
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would.
But-
I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
Yeah, there's a bunch of phony stuff in there. Phony stuff like this picture and the multiple other pictures of him with Epstein, or the video of him with Jeffrey Epstein, or the fact that a woman filed a lawsuit against Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump before he was president, claiming when she was 13 years old, they took turns on her over a weekend at Jeffrey Epstein's New York home. And that's something else people don't really seem to talk about. They always want to talk about that island. Who was on the island? Who went to the island? Most of the shit that's come out in court has been about his properties in New York and in Palm Beach. Sorry, MAGA. No Epstein list for you. But best we can do is we're going to take away your Medicaid and food assistance programs.
Even if the list was released and Trump was on it, it wouldn't change a thing from the standpoint of his supporter. That is even scary to even think about. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are below. If you believe that there's some hidden agenda going on, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but what do you think the reason for redacting the list was and closing the case? Leave your comments down below. Let's have a talk about this. If it's your first time to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't seen, make sure you check out this video. I'm sure you're going to like it. But nevertheless, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.